Hi, everybody. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the assignment that has to do with your study guide, questions 1 through 8, and a coffee shop economics activity. So, first thing you can look at is uh, what you're going to be doing for Thursday, right here. Coffee shop game and assignment, and then checking in on a study guide. And don't forget to do your CNN 10s every day. So, first thing I wanted to check was your study guide. Uh, you should have questions 1 through 8 answered. And if you are not sure where to find your study guide, it was an assignment in last week. So I'm in Block 1's folder, but it's the same as Block 2 and Block 4. They just might be different color folders. So you're going to want to go to your course organization structure and then click on Intro to the Course and Unit 1. And then you're going to go to Week 1, Introduction. Right here, Introduction to Unit 1 Study Guide Video Objectives. And you click on that. And then the instruction slide for Unit 1 is right here. And you can hit Present. As soon as it loads. And when you're in Present mode, you will be able to click on Study Guide and it will open. And here is your study guide. And what you were supposed to do was go up to File and click Make a Copy. And you might be wondering, well, how am I supposed to answer these questions? And if you go back to Week 1, Introduction, there was an activity that you should do in Unit 1 called Economic and Political Systems Pear Deck Notes. And the Pear Deck notes will give you answers to questions 1 through 8. And there are some activities on the Pear Deck that I would like to see completed for points. So you click on the Pear Deck and you go through the Pear Deck and make sure you click on the headphones because I'm talking on it. And then you'll be able to get answers for 1 through 8 if you don't already have them. So I checked it today and I noticed that there were some people who didn't have it done. It is due, 1 through 8 is due for Friday through an assignment. So you need to make sure you have them complete. And yesterday, if you're doing this assignment yesterday you were supposed to do the Economic Systems Graphic Organizer, Globalization Notes, Globalization Video Questions, and the Globalization Notes should have helped you answer study guide questions 9 through 14. So by the end of today, you should have questions 1 through 14 complete. And I'll be checking that on Friday in a reflection assignment. So make sure you have those complete. And again, if you have any questions, you just need to let me know. So with that said, we'll go back into the intro to the course. And you'll see week 2, review of economic sectors and systems and globalization. And this was to be done yesterday. And today you're going to work on an assignment called Globalization of Coffee and the Resources in a Coffee Shop. And you can open it in Kami. And you will see this assignment. And at the top of the assignment is a reading and a chart. The reading will answer question number 1 and explain a little bit about the difference between free trade and fair trade. And then this chart here with the arrows is the journey of the coffee bean into basically a cup of coffee. And you're going to need to use this chart to answer questions 3 and 4. So, going over the questions, number 1, in your own words, define free trade and fair trade. Which do you believe is better? Explain why. So, here,
free trade, 2. Fair trade, 3. 2.
Free trade and fair trade are to be answered right here. And then this part, you answer which do you believe is better and why. Okay, right here in part number 3. Number 2, would you be willing to pay more for coffee if you knew it was a fair trade product? Why? So the article will help you understand what a fair trade product is. So you just need to tell me yes or no and why. And use an example, like a factual, backed up based example to help you explain yourself. After that, you have questions number 3 and 4, which are review, and they're vocabulary words that are now being related to an activity. So you have primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. And if you don't understand what those are, they're in your Pear Deck notes, but they're also in this video. This video is approximately 8 minutes. It explains what a primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary activity is, or job sector. It also has a quaternary, which I'm not going to require you to know. So primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary activities or sectors. And they're basically jobs. And what economists did was an economist split them up and into sectors or activities. So there are primary jobs, there are secondary jobs, there are tertiary and quaternary. And this provides examples which will help you in the assignment because you're going to give me examples of these jobs as far as the coffee industry is concerned. And what can help you with that is the chart. So, for example, coffee grows in tropical countries near the equator. Coffee cherries, the fruit of the coffee bush, take about 10 months to ripen and are picked when they are red. So, that right there tells me that the coffee bush is a plant. It grows in the ground and it is farmed. So, a primary sector job related to the coffee industry is the coffee bean farmer. And that's what you would write down. And there might be some other primary jobs throughout this chart. And then you do that for the secondary jobs, the tertiary jobs, and the quaternary jobs. All of them are related to the coffee bean industry. I don't want definitions of what a primary job is. You're supposed to know that already. What you are doing is relating the primary job definition to an actual activity, and you're giving me an example of that activity. The same with number 4. Using the coffee shop game and free trade or fair trade, what types of resources are used in the coffee industry? Natural, human, capital. So I have natural, human, and capital. You need to give me examples of the resources. So, for example, a natural resource is the coffee bean. The coffee bean is grown in the ground, therefore, it's natural. It's a natural resource. If you can't remember the definitions, they're in the Pear Deck from Unit 1. Okay. So the examples are all throughout the chart. They're also in the coffee shop game, which you're going to play. And the coffee shop game it could help you answer number 4, and it will definitely help you answer number 5, number 6, and number 7. So you're going to play the coffee shop game, and you're going to make sure you know the questions before you play the game so you know what you're looking for. So what was your final product after you played for 14 days in the game? At what price points did you sell your coffee? So how much did you sell your coffee for? Number 6, why do you believe you can make a profit even though your cup of coffee is under $2? Think about that. The coffee bean comes from very far away and goes through a lot of different stages before it ends up in a package or ends up in your coffee cup. How can you keep that price under $2 and still make money on it? Okay, so think about that as you play the game. What factors might help you bringing down the cup of coffee outside the change in the coffee bean? So you could grow gigantic coffee beans and maybe, it would make more coffee, but we're not talking about the coffee bean, we're talking about everything else. When you sold coffee within the game, how did you go about pricing your goods? So, what did you think about when you were pricing your coffee? Why would you price it more? Why would you price it less? What were the reasons for changing the prices? And were you more concerned about the consumer or those people who were buying it or the farmers who harvested the coffee? So I'd like to know that answer too. And if you don't notice, it's a pretty important answer. It's worth 6 points. So you'll click on the coffee shop game. And it's a cool math game. And then you'll just click to play your game, click here, and then allow the flash if it asks you to. And then scroll down a little bit, and it gives you the instructions. Purchase supplies, create your coffee recipe, set your price, and start selling. Okay, great. Where is the game? I want to play the game, and I'm just trying to figure out. I guess I skipped to games. I'm not sure. Probably have to watch an ad because I came in here a couple times today already. Yeah, you'll have to watch an ad, and then it'll continue to go to the game. And then the game will come up, and you will hit play, and you can change the name of your coffee shop if you want to. You hit play, and you should probably look at the tutorial. It'll help you through it. So you opened up your coffee stand. Your goal is to make as much money. And what you'll do is it'll walk you through it. You have to use these resources to make your coffee, and I want you to know that cups, coffee, milk, and sugar are not human resources. Please don't list them there. They're not humans. So you're going to move your mouse over the inventory. So, okay, I have 0 cups. I need cups. So they don't go bad. I'll pick 25 cups. Coffee. Okay, that's the most important one. 10 cents cup, milk, sugar. Great. Bought enough inventory. I gotta pay attention. So it's 51 degrees. It's cool. It's not too cold. I don't know. I'll price it for $1 and see what happens. But I gotta change my recipe. So maybe I want to add some milk. Not too much. There we go. It's sweet. So we're gonna start there and see what happens. That lady is cheap. She thinks it costs too much. It's $1. So you see, you could scroll over and see what they mean. Okay, good. She liked it. You see, he thinks it's too hot. She's cold. They like the price. But I'm running low on milk, which is kind of good because sometimes it spoils. So once you run out of product, it closes, and then you're left. So with that, possible customers, I only made $16 that day. So then I have to play 13 more times. So let's skip to the end of the day. My reputation is going up, which helps. And my prices were pretty good. So my cups sold. But I lost my milk, which wasn't much left. So I see tomorrow's forecast is freezing. So there's a couple different things that I might do to change it, but I'm not going to tell you. You have to figure it out yourself. So that is today's activity. And if you have any questions, you can hop on my office hours from 10:45 to 11:15, or message me on Remind. And that's about it. So thanks a lot, and good luck.